Hello and welcome to the Empowered Couples Podcast. You're going to be having a chat with just me, Jocelyn Freeman, tonight, representing Team Freemans. And today we're going to talk about those times in life and in your relationship when it feels like a lot of challenges are happening at once. And isn't it like that in life sometimes? You're not just hit with one challenge at a time. Sometimes it's 3, it's 5, it's 8 things happening at once. It could be in your health. It could be something with your child. It could be something in another family relationship, maybe also including your marriage, your partnership. And I am in one of those seasons. We have been. If you've been listening to this podcast, then you know that we are kind of coming towards the end of one of the harder seasons we've had as a couple. And it has been including many different areas, from finances and this investment property we got into, and some completion around health, and things with some different family members. And it just has felt like there's been a lot at once. And I have caught myself sometimes getting pulled into a woe is me mentality. Now, I am not saying bypass the pain or to just, kind of neglect or not look at those seasons and just be like, oh, just put on a happy face. That's not the goal of today's episode. However, I want to invite a shift, because when I've caught myself in those times of feeling like, why is this all happening to me? I can sometimes become resistant, and I almost get more stuck in it, right? It's almost like sinking sand. When you're fighting the sinking sand, you actually get pulled down faster. I checked that. I had to look it up. And we can do that in life. We can fight it. No, I don't want this. Why is this? Why is this happening to me? And we can really feel as though we are at the effect of life, and maybe even a victim, like it shouldn't be happening, not to me, not now. And again, I'm speaking from experience on this. And on my walk this week, I was having this conversation with myself about how powerful the brain is. And our brain has the ability to focus. But a lot of us don't use that. We don't bring awareness to what we're focusing on. Instead, we just think about what's not working, what I don't like. I don't want this to be going this way. And then we bring all of our life force, our energy towards what's not working and not going the way we want it to. Here's what I'm inviting you and us into, myself included, shifting some of our focus, that powerful ability to focus on what is working, what is going well. And yes, sometimes in certain seasons, we have to really look for it. But when I take the time to do this and I say, okay, I could keep all my focus on this and this and this and this, which is not completely resolved, not going that well, I have one attitude. But when I broaden it and I say, but what about this? This is going well. And you know what? I'm so thankful for this. And I actually have been making myself some days write out what I'm grateful for, write out what is going well, to broaden my perspective. And why does this help? Well, because where we're putting our focus, putting our energy, putting our life force, we are only going to have a corresponding attitude towards that. And you've heard us say on other episodes, the power of our attitude is that it drives our actions, and our actions drive our results. And so if we can shift our focus and shift our energy towards some of the things that are going well, even if we have to really search for them, but if we can look at what is going well, what can we be grateful for, what is on its way to working out, our attitude can lighten. We can show up to our life with a different energy, and we can be more resourceful, and we can be different with the people around us. I mean, you know how you show up to the people around you when you're focused on everything that's not going well versus some of the things that are working themselves out. That's another piece of language, right? It's not completely worked out, but it's on its way. And here's the things that are: our energy, our attitude shifts, and then life and people respond to us differently. So I was having this conversation with myself about this, and I'm making myself focus on those positives, on what I can be grateful for. So that's one shift I wanted to invite you into when it feels like a lot is not going well. And the other thing I'm inviting you into is to look at everything that's happening in your life, and instead of becoming defeated, to actually ask yourself, what is this showing me that I can upgrade? What is this showing me that I need to release? What is this showing me that I can actually become stronger in or grow in or improve on? Because we can either look at life as doing things to us and we are the victim to it, or we can look at the lessons. What is the lesson here for me now? And it really is a choice. You can keep going down the path of why, woe is me, this isn't right. Or you can say, what's the lesson here for me? How can I be better? And that's another conversation I've been having with myself. And even the language that Aaron and I have been using has been, this is really inviting me into. And maybe try that in your conversations with yourself or with your partner. This right here is inviting me into blank. And that's one way I try to see life, is it's inviting me into upgrades, into growth, into shifts, into transformation. And that's a choice that we get to see it that way. But when you take on that perspective, you get that powerful lesson and you get to become an even better person. So when we talk to couples, for example, who are in a challenging season, both in their partnership, but also other circumstances in their life, we are asking them, what is this inviting you into though? How can you shift your actions? How can you shift your attitude? What is the invitation for you? Because the change you want to see in your marriage and in your life is going to take you stepping into your power, not backing down, being defeated. Doesn't mean it doesn't feel hard. Doesn't mean that you sometimes don't want to cry or scream or be frustrated, but you have the power to look in the mirror and see what lesson is available to you. And when we have that growth opportunity and that breakthrough, that's really what it is, a breakthrough, then life responds differently to us. That's how we can create shifts in our marriage and in our life, is by looking for the lesson, taking it on, becoming that even better version of ourselves, trusting that it's all going to lead to some next positive step. Trusting life, but we have to get the lesson. So that is the reminder, the invitation today. If you're going through it, you're not alone. We're in it. And that's how life goes sometimes. And this shall pass. This too shall pass. We will move past this. So we hope that this is helpful. We want these short episodes to be a powerful reminder for you. If you could use some additional reminders and tools and support, make sure you dive into our other resources, our book, The Argument Hangover. If you would like a 2-on-2 session, book a relationship breakthrough session with us and check out all of our resources. We have a lot of next steps that you can take even outside of the podcast. All of that can be found at meetthefreemans.com. We love you. If you would leave a 5-star review for us, that would mean so much. And we will talk to you on the next episode.